Donald Trump's return to the White House has been nothing short of a political earthquake, and his first 45 days in office has already reshaped America's economic priorities. His America energy policy is back with a vengeance, and this time it's not just about oil and gas, it's about minerals, specifically copper. Because of this race to secure minerals, it reveals that there's something brewing behind the scenes, and this is worth talking about. All right, so I want to take a quick minute, share some thoughts in reference to the recent activity when it comes to the mineral space, as well as all the other strategic metals that's being pursued in this day and age. Beyond all the things that do with the tariff wars and things of that nature, clearly nations are racing to secure as many resources as they can before this house of cards come crashing down, and it becomes obvious that we need to rebuild all the industries, and you can't do that unless you actually have a lot of these minerals, as well as metals, at your disposal. So in this video here, I just want to share some thoughts in reference to the importance of copper, the recent Trump executive order, and the possible opportunities that lie ahead when it comes to some of these metals, and some opportunities that might be worth paying attention to for those that love to speculate. So as always, if you guys enjoy these little deep dives, definitely hit that thumbs up button to show your support for the channel, and also leave a comment down below. Let me know what you're keeping your eyes on. What other opportunities out there that might be worth bringing to the community? And then if you're new, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell notification so you always be plugged in whenever I put out these little short deep dives here. But it's becoming quite obvious how the Trump administration has made it clear that the domestic resource production is a national security issue, and it appears that Trump is willing to pull every lever of power to ensure that the U.S. is no longer dependent on foreign suppliers. And so the question you might ask yourself is, what exactly does that mean? So recently, the tariffs on steel and aluminum were just the beginning, because it's very probable that copper might be next. And if the latest U.S. Geological Survey mineral commodity summaries in 2025 is any indication, there's a clear reason why that is. You see, the report states that copper is now classified as a critical mineral thanks to its essential role in energy infrastructure as well as defense. But here's a real kicker. The U.S. only produces about 1.2 million tons of copper per year and still relies heavily on imports. And so that's clearly a glaring vulnerability, and Trump's team knows that. And this takes us to Executive Order 14213, which is a very quiet but powerful move on Trump's behalf. So on February 14th, the Trump administration's National Energy Dominance Council issued this order, which is a directive, while explicitly mentioning copper, makes it clear that critical minerals are now a top-tier national security priority. And so the wording of this order suggests that copper will be treated the same way as oil, gas, and rare earth elements, something that must be produced at home at scale and very fast, to say the least. And so the trillion-dollar question that you all should be wondering is, why does that matter? And it's simple, because copper is the backbone of everything from electrical grids all the way to defensive technologies. And if the U.S. wants to maintain energy dominance, it can't afford to rely on unstable foreign suppliers. And let's not forget the geopolitical angle of which China dominates copper refining, while major suppliers like Peru and Chile have had their own political upheavals as well. And so with all that being said, it's time to zoom out and look at the big picture here and start to try to think about what might be coming next. And so with everything I just said, it's a very strong probability that this administration might put tariffs on copper imports. And so if Trump follows the same playbook as he did with steel and aluminum, we should expect tariffs on imported copper, making domestic production more attractive. And then if that is the case, you can expect the need to begin fast-tracking mining projects within the U.S. borders. And so with copper now being labeled as a critical mineral, expect new to get green light faster than before, especially in states like Arizona, Nevada, as well as Montana. And one of the primary reasons would be the Trump administration's need for investments, sectors such as defense as well as infrastructure. And so if copper is as critical as the administration claims, we could see subsidies or government-backed deals to ensure that U.S. production ramps up possibly before the end of this year. And so all that makes it clear that Trump's second term isn't just about reviving oil and gas boom, it's about securing the entire supply chain for critical resources. And so at the end of the day, with copper being listed perhaps as a critical mineral and the U.S. need to secure as much of it as possible for a variety of reasons, the final question will be if Congress gets on board with all this, or the race to secure as much minerals as possible become a political battle in the months ahead between the left and right paradigm. And so make no mistake, with the world racing to secure as much minerals as they can as well as metals, it's these type of topics that I think will go under the radar for a lot of investors, just because the primary focus from the mainstream media happens to be on debt, tariffs, and the U.S. involvement in foreign entanglements, whether it be Ukraine or Israel or Gaza or whatever else that might be coming our way. But for the people who love to speculate and hear about opportunities where they can put their money to work for them, these are some things that people should be paying attention to. So once again, copper is a necessity. It's not getting a lot of airtime as of now, but it's definitely something we're paying attention to. And that's because change is underway. And as the saying goes, whoever holds the most gold, call the shots. It's going to be the same way for every other mineral as well as metal itself. And you better believe Donald Trump wants to be on top of that. And with all that being said, there's one thing that can't be denied, and it's that America's entering a new era of energy dominance. And with President Trump's comments to drill baby drill, one company is leading the change, and that's Giant Mining. Did you know that copper is now classified as a critical mineral for the U.S. energy and defensive sectors? So with China consuming 57% of the world's tomorrow's copper, America is stepping up its game to secure domestic supply. And that's why today I want to share with you today's sponsor, which is Giant Mining. And when I was presented with this opportunity to share this information, I was more than excited to do so because there's lots of things worth paying attention to. So one of the key benefits is the fact that they own the Mojuba Hill, which is a past producing mining in the state of Nevada, which also happens to be one of the world's top mining jurisdictions. And their latest drill results just happen to be the best ever. So recent results show 74 feet of 2.6% copper and 30.1 grams a ton in silver from the surface. So that's the kind of grade that turns a project into a game changer. And so top mining giants like BHP Billiton and Rio Tinto are warning of a global copper deficit, and Goldman Sachs is forecasting prices hitting anywhere close to 15,000 a ton. And so the time to consider this opportunity might be now. So Giant Mining CEO David Greenway says that 2025 will be the company's biggest year yet, with a fully funded drilling program ready to unlock even more value at the Mojuba Hill. And here's the kicker. While copper demand is skyrocketing, Giant Mining stock is still sitting at a fraction of its past highs. So since Trump's election, the stock has already doubled, but this could be just a starting point. One thing is true, America needs copper, so the world needs copper. And it looks like Giant Mining is positioned to deliver sooner than people expect. So once again, sharing with you a possible opportunity that's worth considering, so do your own research, and if you're thinking about getting in early, then now might be the time to start doing some investigative work for yourself as well. Because clearly with this race to secure minerals of all sorts, the future of mining hasn't even started yet. So to find out more, visit giantminingcorp.com with the ticker symbol BFGFF and see why the smart money is betting on copper. Just keeping you informed as to what opportunities might lie ahead. As always, drop a comment down below, let me know your thoughts, as well as other opportunities that you're keeping your eye on. I'd definitely love to do some research on them for myself. But other than that, catch you guys later.